This is a test, and only a test, of a new deck. So the question is, what are we going to call it? I think I'm going to call it A Little Off the Top. And Magic has not disappointed me. They gave me the most expensive card in the deck, the one with the highest mana value, right up front. And they put us up against mono red aggro at the very beginning, which I guess is fine. And I finally got a Phyrexian Dragon Engine, so when I had black and red colors, I had to include Mishra, claimed by Gix. And maybe with only 3 lands down, he can't quite get rid of Mishra just yet. That would be nice. Oh, never mind. He's going to have 2 spells. Okay, bye. Well, let's go ahead and just get rid of Phoenix Chick then. And let's discard this puppy. And we'll go get another swamp. This way he can't bring Phoenix Chick back. I want Lugamos back, please. He's had a lot of the direct damage spells so far, hasn't he? See how we do now, buddy. Can you take out a 7/7 with 2 spells? I bet not. I bet you're going to be kind of stuck. Oh, he's going to attack anyway? Okay. Oh, nice. That's fine. We'll make the trade. Who do you want to get rid of more? Leave me my vessel of the all-consuming. He's thinking about it. Nice. Now the shoe's on the other foot. And why does that always happen to me? They hit my face 5 or 6 turns in a row, and then finally I get one chance, and they just don't stick around. It's like they're afraid of getting hurt. Alright, let's go ahead and show you the whole deck. And, well, it's a good news if we're taking out mono red that early, right? Okay, we've got a couple of new subscribers, right? Thanks for joining us. My name is Travis. You're at Tpull's Corner. The name of this deck is called A Little Off the Top because I wanted to focus on this guy, Legendary Ogre Demon Hitagetsu. or sorry, Hidetsugo, I should say correctly, Devouring Chaos. I only have 2 copies. He's a 4/4 Ogre Demon. You can spend 1 black mana and sacrifice a creature and scry 2. See what the first 2 cards are at the top of your deck. Then if you have 3 mana, one of which has to be red, you can exile the top card of your library. You can play it that turn. But if you exile a non-land card this way, it deals damage equal to the exiled card's mana value to any target. So what I thought was, why don't we take a couple of the Shadow of Mortality cards I have that cost 15, and what if we had those at the top of the deck when Hidetsugo was around? And I didn't quite have a lot of creatures to sacrifice all the time, but I included Jadar, who gives me a black zombie creature token at the end of each turn, if there is no one existing. And then I also chose Lugamos, Hand of Hatred, which gives us an elemental token each turn. So there's some fodder there if we can get Hidetsugo out. In the meantime, instead of sacrificing the scry, I thought, what if we could just look at the top of our deck? And there are some stuff like there's Reality Chip and Blue, and Red, Black, and Blue is a good combination, but I only have 1 Reality Chip, whereas I have 4 Augur of Autumns. You can look at the top card of your library anytime. So if I get Augur out with Hidetsugo, I can wait and see when this puppy comes up, and then that's 15 points of damage to any target. So, what do we got left for the rest of the deck to help us out? We've got a couple of Eaten Alives. Again, with cards like Jadar and Lugamos, if we get the tokens out, that's real cheap to sacrifice a creature and exile a target creature or planeswalker. We've got Bushwhack that gives us options. We can either search for a basic land or have our card target creature fight a target creature that we don't control. We've got 1 Go for the Throat. And we've also got 4 Fauna Shamans, because if I have Augur out and I need Hidetsugo or vice versa, I would probably be willing to discard one of the others that I have to go get them. So this is a sort of a creature tutor card is what you'd call it. And I'm listening to a bunch of the podcasts by the head designer Mark Rosewater, and they talk about how they're not too big on tutor effects because it'll make it for a boring, just too consistent game every time. But the thing is, my whole purpose is I want to play with this card. So I want to get that with only 2 copies instead of 4. I want to find a good way to more consistently bring him to the forefront. So I'm using a tutor card. And I don't know, it seems like there's always 1 or 2 tutor cards in every set. And throughout, over the course of 4 or 5 expansions that we get to play with at any one time, it seems like there's a lot of tutor cards. It seems like there's a sufficient number. So however much they do or don't like tutor cards, I can usually find a good tutor card for what I want. Next, I have a Phyrexian Dragon Engine. So we now have 2 copies of Mishra. Where is he? He's 4 cost, right? Yeah, Mishra claimed by Gix. So we can meld those guys together. They just need to be both on the field and attacking at the same time, and they will meld. We got 2 Professional Facebreakers. When we deal combat damage, you create a treasure token. So that'll help me with my 3 colors, fixing my mana. The Augur of Autumns, of course. We got Hidetsugo consumes all, so we can destroy non-land permanents mana value 1 or less, because I don't have any. So if we come up against a bunch of swarms, that'll get rid of those. We've got 1 Obnixilis, because, we're playing black-red. And if I get a creature like Shadow of Mortality that maybe I want to use as a casualty, that would be kind of cool. We got Hidetsugo himself. We got 1 copy of Sheoldred. And we have 1 Agnus the Dragon's Lash that gives us a tapped treasure token whenever a creature with haste attacks. We've got Urabrask, Heretic Praetor, who also has haste. So if Agnus is out, we don't have to attack with Agnus, we could attack with Urabrask. 4/4 Phyrexian Praetor. At the beginning of your upkeep, you exile the top card of your library and you can play it this turn. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, the next time they would draw a card, instead they exile the top card of their library. And they can play it that turn. So this gets kind of restrictive, right? If they can't really play the card right then they may be out of luck. And so this is good against blue counterspells, because if they draw a counterspell deck, it's just going to get exiled, right? Okay, Herd Migration. This is a 7 mana cost for a 3/3 beast. Or if we need land, more importantly, we can discard it and search for a basic land and fix our mana. But if we got Hidetsugo out, and we know this is the top card coming up, we could just exile it and do 7 points of damage. I think that's pretty cool. We got 4 Molten Monstrosities that cost 8. That's a good target for Hidetsugo, but if we have creatures with power out, it's going to decrease the cost. So if we have like an Ognis out and that's all we got on the battlefield and it's a 3/3, then suddenly this costs only 5 instead of 8. We got Skitterbean Battalion. 9 cost is pretty good if it comes up with our Hitotsugo combo. But if not, I'm probably just going to cast it for the prototype cost. We have 1 Explosive Singularity for 10 that does 10 damage to any target, and the 2 Shadows of Mortality that get cheaper where your life total goes down. And a couple of Riveteer's Outlooks so that we can go get whatever basic land we want, and a bunch of double lands, and 1 Bosiju, and 1 Takenuma Abandoned Mire. So that's our goal. We want to play with Hitotsugo. We want to see already what's at the top of our deck with Augur of Autumn. And whenever we get something expensive coming up, like any one of these, any one half dozen cards, we could exile it with Hitotsugo and deal some damage. So we took care of Mono Red Burn. Let's see what else we can take care of. In the meantime, like and subscribe. If you're new here to the neighborhood, haven't been to the corner before, consider subscribing. I got a full-time job, so I'm inconsistent. Sometimes I'll post for a month at a time, and then I might be 3 or 4 days with nothing. But if you subscribe, if YouTube's working the way it's supposed to work, then you should get a notification that I put something else out. I've been trying to make sure there's a little something every day for people. Alright, we'll use our special lands, I guess. Do we care about a 1/1 just yet? We should probably save Go for the Throat for something that's a little bit better than that. And that's what I would have used Bosiju on, but we already used our Bosiju, so that's not cool. And now, I don't want to take 2 every turn. Green and white. Hey, is this a mirror match already? Let's put down you. Gross.
Right. Let's clean up this town. Let's do this together.
Not blocking you.
So much for a peaceful resolution.
Could use my second green mono right about now.
This is your fight. Win it.
No blocks. 6 points of damage. And I think it's time to put this guy down. And we'll go get rid of Elspeth. Get a little bit of life back. Alright, we at least got rid of the Planeswalker.
The city's tearing itself apart.
Death Touch and Hexproof. Why do you get Vigilance? Come on through. Oh, they got the vigilance counter from the Planeswalker. Okay. I was not paying attention. Alright, so what do I do? That's got hexproof. What if we just exile the top card? And we can target you. And that doesn't give me enough mana. I never got enough mana. So if I get rid of sacrifice a creature to exile you. Do they have protection? Yeah, they got 7 mana. And I got 5. And I never got my second green to help me out. And we're dead. What's he waiting for? The arena has not been kind to me today, actually, in terms of giving me lands, period. I mean, usually it's kind of close to even. Sometimes I'll get land starved or I'll flood out. But I think I've been land starved like 5 or 6 times today, and I've flooded out once. So it's really pesky on not giving me lands. And what is up with... I only have 1 card that's double green, and it's going to give me both of them, 2 out of the 4 up front, and no green. Against mono red again. Again! Let's see if we can do anything.
After 1,000 years, finally, a new conquest. Go sow some chaos.
And expect them to have damage removal, but this way, if they do damage to my devil, at least I get to get rid of the exemplar. Let's get rid of this guy. What do you got next? Ah, he has a way to get rid of the Planeswalker.
My revenge will be cruel and painful.
This is usually when they have the Planeswalkers. They got something holding up priority. I don't want to walk into an Emperor Planeswalker exiling me. 7-4. Alright. I guess we have to take that into consideration. I'm assuming he'll take out Mishra. And we can just go ahead and bring out the monstrosity now. And we attack. And finally I can afford the Augur of Autumn. All my green cards and not getting anything. Ah, there's the Wandering Emperor right on time. Are you going to take out the Facebreaker?
Battle, then guide it like water.
Whatever. What are you going to do? As I've got Trample. You can take out Facebreaker if you want to. That was your best play, huh? Of everything you could do,
Guards,
that right there.
To me.
That was your best play. Interesting. Oh, hello. Let's just get rid of the samurai right now, shall we? Boom. Now you can't block this puppy. You can block him if you want to, but... Thank you. Get my treasure token back.
That's it, then.
2 to the face, okay. Whatever good that's gonna do you. And then... Autopay! Dun da da da! It's another Augur. Another card I can't afford to cast because I don't have the mana for it. Lovely. Magic. The arena's having a lot of fun with me tonight. It's okay. We got Field of Rune, and they've got one non-basic land, so we can fix it. There goes my Facebreaker. Can't fix it that way anymore. Gonna attack alone, makes him a 3-2, 4-3. I will let that hit me. We will keep the Molten Monstrosity on defense. We will go get a second green. And whatever shuffling did, we still ended up with a Fauna Enchantment on top. Interesting. But now's where the combo comes in. And you are out of cards, my friend. You were top decking, which is fine. But my version of top decking, the way I have it structured, I feel a lot better about. Let's just play off the top of the deck. Forget that other stuff. Mana Shaman comes down. You can attack now. Because I need me some traps, some treasure tokens. They come in tap, but that's fine. I can wait one turn. We've got half a dozen creatures now. You can take out one. We're going to see if you're going to take out the big guy. No. Do you have a damage spell? All you had was another... That was a bluff? Why would you bluff? Why would you bluff that? That is so strange. Oh, man. Shadow Mortality. I can't do that now, can I? I can sacrifice, but I can't tap him because he's got Summoning Sickness. That would have been so sweet. Let's just attack. Do they have a board wipe they can get? That's kind of why I didn't play Shadows of Mortality straight off the top. Sweet. I guess the question I have is, if you have Hitotsugo and the casting cost of Shadow of Mortality goes down to 2, I bet you I could still cast it, even though I cast it for 2, if I exile it, it's going to read the full 15 mana cost. It better. It better. Or that's going to be a poor choice for my deck construction. But I'd like to actually see if we can get it going here. I might have to go test that out with Sparky at some point just to get that specific combination running. Ooh, we get to go first. Red is good. Lots of artifacts. Interesting. I like getting both professional face breakers up front. Okay, next. What do we want to do? I think having the auger out is good. Playing lands is wonderful. Augured Autumn tends to be a staple whenever I'm playing green, especially if I'm playing multiple colors of green, just because it gives me an extra chance to make that land drop that I might otherwise miss. Okay. Don't have any blue. Do you not have blue in your deck at all? Are you just using that? Oh, here's another land I can play off the top. And here's a replacement Facebreaker. And where are all of your creatures? King JJ, that's my opponent. Uh-huh. Do we want to go look for some? Yeah, let's go shake this up. What color do we need? I guess a swamp would be good. Did it not shuffle? Didn't I have Molten Monstrosity there before? Yeah, well. We can just afford this, so we'll pay it. And go get some more treasure. And we're kind of set up for whatever they want to do to us. And what they want to do is scoop. This is all well and fine, but I wanted to demonstrate Hitotsugo. A lot of times I'll try and just get a good mana curve mix so that we don't get steamrolled by the faster decks. But the drawback is most of my concepts call for I need to get a creature down, it needs to survive, I need some extra mana to do the trick. And arranging all of that, I can't just put out the big cards and rely on the good graces of my opponent to let me live for turn 5 or 6. But if they're not prepared for my 2 and 3 drops, they're gone before I can get to the 4 drops. I only have 1 copy of Besiege You. Maybe I should put a second one in. I really like to have this to take out enchantments and artifacts, so I always stall on putting it down. But probably Fauna Shaman's got... Oh, hello. Let's get the forest here. I'm still not putting anything out for the second turn, but they didn't either. It's going to be that kind of night, huh? We had Besiege You. We had a Fauna Shaman. We could have gone and gotten Augur of Autumn. This is going to turn into a series like the original art deck, isn't it? I'm going to have to play multiple nights and... It'll be great. Okay, Augur's here. If I can play the mountain first and see... Oh, hello. Perfect. Okay, so I'll go get the swamp with this. Come on. Because they don't have a 1 mana play. I can put out Jadar now and start my 2/2 Decade Zombies working. Not blocking you. Okay, next we'll get a green down, but we're going to bring down the Dragon Engine because he has Devil Strike. And we start seeing how many hits they'll take before they want to start blocking my zombies. In the meantime, I kind of don't care if they get past me for a little bit because I already have a Shadow of Mortality. And either one of these is a threat that he could use the enchantment removal on. And he's good with staying where he's at. So... we start our life gain already. And he's still not blocking the zombie. Just let that zombie come right and feast at your neck or whatever. I guess zombies go for the brains. It's vampires that go for the neck. Vampires like to be the ones that were necking. Oh, but you didn't do anything against my guys. They didn't do anything. Discard. Go get another forest. Attack with 3. Merge! Dun 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 dun! Oh, what do I do? What do I do? Creatures you don't control get -1. Mishra deals... no, Mishra... discard 2 cards. Oh, I get to choose 3? No way! 3 damage to any target. 3 damage to... oh. Opponent. 3 damage to you. I thought you just got 2. I didn't read this card for so long because I didn't have it. 3 creatures gone. So that's what it's like to play a meld card. Okay. Happy little accident there. And we get another card, Crawling Infestation. The games are going pretty good. I will say I'm happy with the deck already. But we haven't quite got to use Hitotsugo. And maybe that's... Okay, we do have him in the hand this time. Maybe we'll get... Maybe. Let's see. They gave us a lot of expensive stuff up front. Just no black, okay? Because I don't want quick removal. Only 2 copies of Mishra, but he's coming up a lot. Okay, Selesnya again. They usually bring the crowbar out by now and have something ready to destroy the artifact. But if I could get... Let's see, I've got the black and the red already. So if I could get just one more land, we could have some very, very good fun up front. He's already looking at him like he wants to get rid of him, like he just doesn't want to risk it. I think he keeps going back to him and back to... Oh, he's going to die. Dragon Engine's going to die. I'm not blocking you. What? What? Missed a land drop. No early melds for me. Torrens doesn't count as a citizen to tap. There we go. Bummer. Okay, I guess I'm letting them through. I'm nearly dead already. Get 1 life point back. And they block instead of using him for the attack. Interesting. He's just got so much offensive power when he wants to attack. I can't really stall and try and get Hitotsugo out. If I can attack with the meld, I've got to do it just to survive. Let's see, 4, so I can block you, right? I can't kill you with this, but maybe I can get rid of some people here. Merge. Merge, I say. Okay, so 3 damage to any target. Creatures you don't control get -1/-1, and target opponent discards 2 cards. Let's get rid of you. You. Yeah. I can't have you creating any more tokens. We wait for them to choose the 2 cards they're going to discard. And then the death and destruction starts. We got rid of Venom Connoisseur and a land. Next, they choose the blockers. They're not going to block. They'll take the 9. Here's the other cool part about Multi-Monstrosity. Instead of costing 8, it now costs 1. Yeah, baby. Welcome to my life. Where it's good to be me. If I promise not to attack with Mishra, you think we can keep him from scooping? If you hear any screaming in the background, that's my kid on the virtual reality rig again. They like to play like hide-and-seek games and scary games. If I can hear him screaming, I'm betting you can too. That's a lot. That's a lot of damage. Oh, let me just block with this guy. Yeah, we'll kill you now. It's back up to 20. Oh, so he's probably feeling good about himself. So I'm going to stay on defense. You could exile him later, right? Oh, that's good. Adeline is tough. What are you doing? Don't attack me. You suicidal? No, don't don't scoop. Don't scoop. I want to do this. Nine points of damage to Adeline. Oh yeah. That's all I'm going to do. I couldn't afford to cast it. It works! I wonder if I can find the second Shadow of Shadow of Mortality. Exile. 7 points of damage to you. Straight off the top. Can we discard that? No, we'd have to pay for it. We can't pay for that, so it goes away. We do need a lot. We need the casting cost plus the 3 for Hidetsugo, so it is a very expensive kind of thing. Maybe I need to have a Monodork in here or something to help me out with the cost. I didn't get the reverse order, right? I didn't get any of my creatures that give me treasure tokens up front. So we're only dealing with lands. We'll just cast you. And pass the turn. Well, I kind of feel sorry for him now. A bunch of 1/1s, Mishra can take care of that in a heartbeat. Alright, so what do we want to do? How about an Explosive Singularity? Submit 0, 10 to the face. Oh, I have to pay 8? Oh, that's the 5 is the cost if I tap everybody. I don't want to do that. Here, let's just do this. Bushwhack. Then we attack. Everybody gets -1. My creatures get menace. 3 damage to you. That was very satisfying. I like having Mishra in Melding. I like Hitsugo. I like his ability. I think the concept worked great. And we didn't have to wait for me to do a whole series for an entire week to get to it. I might have a favorite new deck here. We'll go in and show it to you one more time. A little off the top, because we can see the top of the library. And saying it's a little when we're looking to cast these type of expensive cards is my joke. Okay. This is a nice combination. I like it a lot. We've got Augur to look at the top anytime rather than having to sacrifice a card. If we don't have Augur available, we can still use Legamos' tokens. We can use Jadar's tokens to sacrifice and pay to scry if we need to. We've got the Fauna Shamans to go look for Augur or Hitsugo when we need them. And the number of times already, even though I only have 1 Phyrexian Dragon Engine, and only 2 copies of Mishra claimed by Gix, the number of times that those guys already showed up and I managed to successfully meld them blows my mind. That is way overpowering. Man, I don't know what to say about that. That's a fun card. Fun couple of cards. Let's see, what else? The Shadow of Mortality. Maybe I'll have to go to Sparky to test that out, but I'm pretty sure if I have my life total low and it only costs me 2 to cast it, but I'm throwing it off the top of my deck, and I'm exiling it with Hitsugo, I'm like 99% sure that it's going to, yeah, because it's the exile card's mana value, and the mana value is going to read as the total 15, not the temporary 2. But I'll probably double check that with Sparky just to be sure. Explosive Singularity, I keep forgetting that it shows me the reduced cost only if I tap everybody else. So this is very, very mana expensive type of stuff. And I'm not sure if I have enough stuff that generates treasure in here. We've got Urbrass cast haste to help out Ognis with the haste attacks. We've got Professional Facebreaker's ability. And we've got a couple of ways to discard the Herd Migration, go get land quickly. And we got Bushwhack that we can use to search for basic land if we need it. So I've got a number of ways to ramp a little bit there. Plus, I can always just play the extra land off the top when Augur's out too. But I think that's for longer games where we have more of a standoff and it goes towards a middle game. And that's when I'm really going to have the extra land showing up on really tough battles. But the Molten Monstrosity being able to, just the fact that you can have Mishra out on turn 4, right? And then on turn 5, you've melded him. So on turn 5, an 8 mana card costs only 1 mana. That's a nice trick. So I don't know if it's easy to get Molten Monstrosity out sooner than turn 5. There probably is. But if you've been looking at this card and looking for a way to get it down so it would be really cheap, really fast, here's the way. Meld it so you have Mishra Lost to Phyrexia. Sorry, all these long titles that they're making these days. All right, let me know what you think of the deck, if you do anything else with it. Maybe Obnixilis doesn't belong there, that type of thing. But we'll leave it there. Thanks for coming out and watching. Have a good one.